All right. So Raycast. I switched off of Alfred after like a decade of using it, and I honestly didn't really want to, because Alfred is pretty awesome, and it's
Yep.
just so ingrained in my muscle memory. But to be honest, I pretty quickly got the muscle memory from Alfred or from Raycast because command space,
Yeah, I
same
was gonna
thing.
say, very similar.
Yeah. So like I use it, to open up whatever, Wes term, whatever applications I want. Everything goes through here.
Mm-hmm.
But it also has this really cool ability to, like it has a store, and so you can just go through. And this is something that I feel like I never got, or Alfred never really had. It had a whole like thing of things that you could install and set up, but it wasn't like I could just go through it from here.
Oh, okay. So you said store, and I was like, oh, it's got like a data store in Nick's screen is so small that I can't see what it is. So that
Oh, I thought I made it bigger.
no, it's fine. I mean the I'm sure it's mostly because of the screen I'm on. But
Yeah.
so this is actually an extension store that you can
Yes.
bring up. Okay, there. Now I just made it really big on my screen. I can see everything just fine now. Okay, so you type store and it brought up an extension store, and this
Yep.
is going to show you everything, or it looks like everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
Everything. So I can search in here, or I can just go and you can hit on anything. You can hit Command K and it'll bring up like different things. So I can see the details on this,
Okay.
can install it, open it in a browser, etc. So like here, I'll just install Party Parrot. I have no idea what that does. But now if I type Party Parrot,
Boom.
boom,
You have
Yeah.
a party parrot.
amazing, right? And the cool thing is that everything in Raycast is you can set up like if I open the options for it and I search in here now for Party Parrot, here now I can record a hotkey and I'll just do like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Command Control Option P for Party Parrot, and now it'll just every time I hit that, it'll just open that up, which is dumb, right? But
Okay.
you can do that for anything.
Yeah, no,
It
that's
comes
cool.
with a few built-in things like confetti.
Oh, that's
That could be an amazing one
a
to
very
Yeah.
Just celebrate yourself.
But you could hook that up to like have some actions run or something to where, your build's complete or all your tests pass.
That's cool.
Like, just bring a little celebration into your life. It's good.
So that does, yeah. So keep going because I think you highlighted one of the things I'm interested in, but and I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yeah. Well, some of the other cool things is like it's new, right? It's the new hotness. So lots of things that you would want to have extensions in here, like amphetamine, right? If I want to
Mhm.
like start an amphetamine session, I can do that and like tell it from here and just set it all up. There's a whole list of options and stuff. I won't actually do that because I want my computer to, it's too late for my computer to have caffeine or amphetamines. It's got, I think there's like a whole thing of Obsidian ones, which is really cool. Like here, open your daily note, boom. Just pop up. I don't think I have a daily note today, so it's going to make one, maybe. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool. What I just did right there, I resized this window. I can put this window over here. I was just talking about how I kind of stopped using, what's it called? Yabai. Yeah. And that's because all of these are key maps to Raycast. So like I have there's like a make reasonable, I'll just take reasonable size window. So there's a reasonable size window in the center. And if I move it over here, if I hit this, it brings it back to the center.
That's cool. So
There's
you're not,
like
that's all built into Raycast. You're not using Moom or anything like that.
right. Almost maximize is like pretty much how I run like my terminal. I just say almost maximize this. So it kind of, takes up that much space or whatever. Let me bring over my terminal, and you can see I just stopped Yabai
Yeah.
as I restarted my computer. But like that's how I normally run it, and it's really cool because it just like that's about the size I want.
So how did you set that up? Because I
Yeah.
assume that size is not built in.
It is actually. So
Oh,
if I what I do to get to the options real quick is I just open Raycast and then hit Command comma,
Yeah.
like the settings shortcut for any app. and it pops up here. And then this gives you like all of the things. And this is like the stuff that I installed plus all of the built-in stuff. And so like, obviously if I go down here, window management is just a built-in extension. Okay. And so you've got some default settings that you can say like, wrapping displays. So like I have ones that move windows between displays. I have 3 displays. And I can have it like wrap. When it gets to the right side, go all the way to the left.
Now, Nick, why wouldn't you want to respect Stage Manager? I don't understand.
Okay, no lie. Toggle Stage Manager. I've been using Stage Manager.
Oh, Lord. Especially
when I'm on my laptop. I actually kind of like it.
Oh, no.
I know, it's weird. It's weird. I also like toggle system appearance. I've been doing this one, not on this computer, but like I go to a coffee shop now occasionally. And if I'm working outside, I have to do this. And I set up my terminal to like be, a white background now because this is actually visible when the sun's halfway in my eyes. So that's really nice. I'll toggle that back though. Gross. So like it became my whole control center for that. So like, the window management stuff replaced Moom and Yabai and any of those for me. All of the ones I really care about, I set up shortcuts for.
And I can't tell you. These were all built in and all came built with in. It. Oh, that's awesome. So this is the thing I like. I like Moom. Yeah. And I use it, but I've been lazy and haven't set it up to where I have like, I want these here. I will make it record. Like I'll set up windows and be like, hey, just remember this. So that way, if I want to be like, information panel, boom, there. Yeah. Puts all my calendar, all that stuff up. But I have not gone beyond that. So this is interesting.
This is another cool built-in thing. So you are you using Arc now as your default browser?
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay, but otherwise it's Safari, right?
Yeah, it's mostly Safari.
Same with me. The beautiful thing about Safari is because it's it's in the Apple ecosystem and it's made by Apple. It just works with everything Apple. And so when you get those annoying 2-factor codes to your Messages app, Safari will just like be like, oh, do you want to just paste this immediately?
Yep.
And that's like the number one thing I miss in Arc. Well, Raycast has one. It's just built in. It's called 2FA codes. And if I just wait here, it's like, you can see it's kind of refreshing. Yeah. It's waiting for that to pop up. It recognizes when those pop in, and then all I have to do is hit enter and it will paste it wherever I last had focus.
Oh, so that's cool.
It effectively does that. I don't actually have this mapped yet to I can map it to a key mapping. I don't have it yet mapped yet. I really should, because that would be something that I use like constantly. But I usually just end up typing 2F and then it starts doing calculator stuff. So that's a great one. I've been doing a lot of Tailwind stuff. So I actually do have this one map. If I hit Control Shift T, it automatically brings this up and I can start searching for like Tailwind classes. So I can quickly see like, I don't know, grid calls 3, and I can see like, that's what that means, and it'll paste that into wherever I last used it. So that's a plugin.
What is that doing again?
For
is
Tailwind,
like a documentation thing, or I guess okay. So
like if I was in like a CSS file and I just said body right here, and I could say apply the Tailwind stuff, and then I could say, I want to use flex. I'll say inline flex or something. I hit that, it pasted to my clipboard. Oh, it looks like it pastes a dot, but you kind of get the idea a little bit. Yeah. It's just a quick way to look those up rather than go into like tailwind.com and tailwindcss.com, whatever it is, and doing that. So that's sweet. It's got built-in snippet support. So Alfred has this too, but also like if you've ever used like Text Expander or any of those, it does like that. So I can say like, I want to create a new snippet. So I can open this up and like, here's right where I can create any kind of new snippet that I want. How do I see the snippets that I have? Search snippets probably. Oh yeah. This is the one I use the most for sure, is bang date. And it just puts in today's date.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. That's built in. This plugin ends up being really awesome. I just type npm and then I can say like, I want to search for, I don't know, let's say material UI. I don't know why I want that, but material UI icons. I can hit that and then I can hit Command K, and I can either, if I hit enter, it'll just automatically go to the repository.
Yeah.
I can say like, go to the NPM page, and it'll open up, and I can just like see quickly. Like usually I use this to check like what the latest version is or something.
Yeah.
But it tells me that, it tells me that in here as well. Like it's right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it just like gave you the command to install it.
Yeah. That'd be cool. There's a bunch in here that I haven't used too, but those are like some of the main ones that I use. I don't really do anything with music or Teams. Oh, like Jira and GitHub. I installed plugins for both of those, so I can say like GitHub, like my pull requests menu bar, and it will like put a menu bar up here to like quickly let me get to my pull requests, and it'll open them up right here. I don't actually have any open pull requests right now. But it would let me do that. Same thing with like Jira tickets. I can just like start typing like search issues, and it'll let me search for an issue and bring it up. That's cool. Yeah.
And you pay, so you pay for their, I guess, how does their pay for work?
Yeah, great question. So everything I've showed you so far is free. That all of it works completely with the free account. There's two things that you pay for. If you pay for a pro account, which I do, and where can I see it? Cloud Sync is off. So Cloud Sync is the main one. I don't know why that turned off. But now any, key bindings or plugins I install on this computer translate over to my laptop too. So they're always in sync. And that was like one thing that really annoyed me with this at the beginning. It was like, I set this up, but I didn't set it up over here. So now I have to, I'll never keep that in sync on my own. So I have to have this. So right there, 100% worth it just for that. It keeps everything in sync. The only thing that it doesn't do, like it says right here, like, for that Jira and the GitHub plugin, it'll install those, but I have to re-authenticate them on each machine, which is,
that makes sense.
I understand. The other thing that it gets you is Raycast AI, which if you've used ChatGPT, it is exactly that, which is fine, and there's a couple of ways to approach that. So if I'm just like in I'm at my computer and I start typing, I can say like, why is the sky blue? And I hit tab. It immediately sends that to ChatGPT or to their Raycast AI, which is a thin wrapper around that. So it told me exactly right in there. And so I can like hit Command K and I could say, I want to continue this in a chat. And so it'll open up a window right here and let me continue that. But I also have that mapped to option space. So I can hit that at any time and I'm popped right into a chat. And like if I've started a chat within the last 5 minutes, I immediately go to that chat. Otherwise I can like start a new chat just by hitting this plus.
I have this is one thing I'm kind of interested in. Yeah. One of the things that I was interested in that you talked about from Raycast that seemed a lot different. So it looked like when you were in the previous setting, it said you had GPT-4 and this is saying GPT 3.5.
Great question. It's a dumb thing, kind of. Let me just start a new chat here. So it defaults to 3.5, but I pay extra to be able to ask it for. And it ends up being like $9 a month or something, which is cheaper than $20 a month for OpenAI.
Yep.
So I guess worth it, maybe. I don't know. I use it a lot and I like it. And
if you use it, I think it's worth it.
It's literally just that it's right there. Like I hit this and it pops. I hit option space and it pops up right here, and it's so quick to ask it a question, and then hit escape to close it. And if I need to get back to it, and even if it's been more than 5 minutes, like I can scroll through every question that I've asked it, and I've asked it a lot of questions apparently. But I can go back to whatever, and I can just bring it back and continue that conversation.
That's cool.
It also lets you
don't use this enough, or I do not use GPT enough, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. There's so many cool things that you can do with it. Like you got to take everything it says with a grain of salt for sure. But like as a rubber duck that will talk back to you somewhat intelligently, it's perfect. Well, not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Yep.
You can go into any of these chats too and configure it. So like this one was started with 3.5, but I can switch it to turbo, and like everything from now on will be in 4.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. And then you can tell it like, oh, it's right in the middle on creativity. I can say, don't be creative at all, or be super creative in what you say. And I can give it system instructions. So I can tell it like, I don't know, always answer in the form of a haiku.
Okay.
And so if I do that and I say, tell me about the parameters type. That doesn't seem like a haiku, kind of, but it's trying. So yeah, like you can do all sorts of stuff like that too. Another cool thing is like if you're in, let's say I'm in, random chat or random application. It could be Slack, it could be whatever, and I'm typing a message. I could say like, I was really disappointed in the way you handled that thing today. Next time, please consider something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I could be really snarky, right?
Yeah.
You just highlight this and hit Raycast and say, make professional, change tone to professional. I mean, that's not a great one, right?
Yeah,
but like it says, I express my profound disappointment regarding your handling of the matter earlier today. I kindly request that you take into careful consideration certain aspects for future reference. But I could also say like, make longer, and it will like word vomit a bunch of crap. Oh my God. Yeah. And if I hit enter, it just pastes it right over where I was. So now I can work with that. And the cool thing is like those are built-in ones, like make longer, make more professional, whatever. You can set up your own. So you can say like remove my profanity or something, and it will just,
I would need that one.
Yeah. I call that one the John Christopher protocol.
It's my charm, Nick. It's my charm. You can't remove it.
Yeah. I don't really use this too much, but it's cool to know that it's there. Like I don't do a ton of asking ChatGPT to write for me. It's mostly like I said, it's mostly like a rubber duck thing where I was maybe going and searching the web. Like I find it so much easier for me. I can like pour into this like the exact problem I'm seeing, and if I'm seeing like a a TypeScript error message or something, I can paste that in there. And then I can say like, help me understand this or something. Yeah. And it just goes back and forth with me. And like most of the time it's not 100% correct, but it's better than nothing.
Enough. Yeah. It gives you enough to move forward.
But it's like, I don't know, my brain is being like smoothed by this where I just I don't want to have to like think about how to parse things for Google. Like, cause you take like whatever problem you're seeing and you make it generic enough so that it's like, oh, just this part of the error, because that's probably, I take out the line numbers or whatever, because nobody's going to have the same line number as me, but maybe they have the same error as me and I want to search for that. So you're like curating your chat based on that. This, you just like throw it in and you're like, whatever, I have this, and it like, it pulls out the context enough to like help you. So that's really cool. I wonder if you could do something like, help me write a Google query to research this more. I'm sure it would do. Yeah, see? TypeScript parameters to use.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's still do it in haiku. Will that be only for this chat?
Yeah, only for this chat.
Okay. A couple days from now, you'll be like, why is this thing writing like this?
A phrase you may beseech. Amazing. Oh, that's funny. But this is cool too, because it like, it hovers over whatever window you have. So like a lot of times I'll have like, my terminal full screen like this, and I'll be going and it like pops up right here and it'll just be floating over here, and I can go back and forth quickly between it without having to, worry about it, which is really cool. So yeah, that's that's obviously a paid thing on Raycast.
And you have access to that because of Pro, but then you're also paying a little extra to get the GPT-4 access.
I think that's how it works. Raycast.com. Pro. Is that pricing? Oh, pricing. Yeah. So Pro is $8 a month, and then include GPT. So I guess $16.
$16. Good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. That's cool.
I didn't realize it. I mean, that sounds kind of expensive. And that's for a yearly too. So $192. Otherwise $20 a month, which is what you'd pay for, what's it called? OpenAI. Yeah. But like just having those features there, having it built in, like it takes over Moom, it takes over Alfred, obviously, in Spotlight, and it takes over Text Expander, takes over ChatGPT, and then it gives me quick access to the things I want, like confetti.
Yep. So the other thing that's interesting about Raycast, and probably the main reason why I started looking at it, is because it's written in JavaScript, right? Or at least the plugin system is.
The plugins are written in JavaScript, yeah. So, or TypeScript.
TypeScript, yep.
Yep. So, yeah. I haven't actually built anything with it yet, or even really clicked on this link before, but I do know that is a thing, which is like compelling, because I've done some custom things in Alfred before, and like that drag and drop weird thing where I'm connecting shell scripts. It's kind of interesting.
And I've never been a huge fan of Alfred's extension path, and most of the ones I've done, like, so I have a few that I just use for my Obsidian use, and honestly, the way I use it is maybe just like it's a simple tweak around it, and then most of the work I'm doing is actually in a Obsidian plugin that I wrote that goes along with it. So that way I can do most of the work on the Obsidian side. But that seems kind of dumb. Like, this is interesting in the sense of I feel like there's more that I could get done as in a plugin for this, rather than having to do it a certain way.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. I like I said, I have it installed. I just haven't been using it at all, and most of it's probably because just been busy with stuff and haven't been playing around with stuff. But I'm definitely going to take a look at it now, and maybe I probably just need to turn off Alfred for a bit and let this take over and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Like, I had this at first. I had this as option space, and Alfred still as command space, and then I switched those around so I could still get to Alfred quickly.
Yeah.
Because like the main thing, like you don't want to disrupt your workflow, and if you're like, you bring this up and you start typing, whatever, and it doesn't exactly go to where you were expecting, then it gets kind of weird. Then you get frustrated with it, and then you just quit it and reopen Alfred. So like I had it like that for a while to where I could go back to Alfred quickly. And then I also just like, I don't know, I didn't take into, I was just like, whatever, this is just another Alfred. Like, Alfred can do everything. What's this adding on top of it?
Right.
And when I started supplanting other apps with it, specifically like Moom, because I was getting frustrated with something in Moom, I was just like, oh, okay, maybe I should really look into this because it can do a lot. And then the AI stuff, like, I was like, oh, I'm never going to use that. I'll just go to ChatGPT or whatever. But like, having it right there is so nice.
I mean, that's the other thing that was really making me want to look at this was when I do think of, I rarely go to OpenAI. Like, I hardly ever go there. So I hardly ever use ChatGPT. But I see the benefits of it. Like you said, I am definitely interested in the back and forth, kind of just talking through a problem piece. And yeah, I think I would use it, or at least be more open to using it if it were just part of the tools that are at my fingertips, rather than, I've got to go to OpenAI. Yeah, I could script some stuff and make it super easy to do that too, but this just seems like a good fit for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. This is awesome, man. Thanks for sharing.